Hello and welcome back to Ancient Book Review. Today we have a two-part book that is half of another book that is part of a series of books by Gene Wolfe. So it's Book of the New Sun, which is good, great. Then there's Earth of the New Sun, which is a standalone book. The Book of the New Sun is divided into 4 parts, which are usually sold in two parts. Then there's Earth of the New Sun, which is one book. Then there is the Book of the Long Sun, and there's Book of the Short Sun. So this is Book of the Long Sun. I'm reviewing the first half of the Book of the Long Sun. Now, normally you can buy them in these things, which will have the Litany of the New Sun, which is these two, and Epiphany of the New Sun. So this is one book. You can buy this in 2 parts as well, but they combine it into one book as well. I decided to buy the first half in 2 separate books, just to see what it was like, and the printing's a little bit different, a little bit more spaced. The Litany of the New Sun uses this one's cover. So first it's the Nightside of the Long Sun. Then it is Lake of the Long Sun. They're very good with the rest. Now, I'm starting to see where it's kind of circling back, because these are standalone books. This series is standalone, or as far as I can tell it is. I'm sure it can be enjoyed standalone, but I'm starting to see where it might circle back to the Book of the New Sun. We'll see how that is revealed in Epiphany of the Long Sun, which I have not read yet, which is the second half of this book. Very confusing, yes. But very good and worth reading. Just, you can go online and you can just read them in order, which you should. Do not read around. I'll read this one, then read this one. This is one book, one story, shall we say. Very good. Basically, this guy is a priest, a pagan priest on a spaceship. But it's a spaceship that is basically like Earth. It's the premise of these books is basically the spaceship is a tube, let's say. Pretend this is an empty tube, and in the middle there's a laser that goes the length of the tube, and that is their new sun, their long sun, right? And then around it, in the inside of the tube, is a world with houses and forest and lakes and trees and people and everything. Because of gravity, it seems like it's one big world, but really it's a spaceship. And they worship, this guy is a devout pagan priest, and the gods are actually AI, and this was written before AI became actual. So people have theorized AI and stuff of that nature. This really fleshes it out, where AI is worshipped as gods, and it reveals itself through computer screens. But it goes into more. I believe this will help to reveal the rest of it. Should you read it? Yes, you can read this without reading the first series, Book of the New Sun and Earth of the New Sun. Although, why would you? You should read those first. They're very good. And then after you're done, you'll be like me, and you'll say, I want to read more. And then you'll have these. And then you can have this. And then after the Book of the Long Sun, you can read Book of the Short Sun, which I've heard is very good. This relates to me in particular because I am a theologian, Christian, obviously. But he is a good person throughout the book. Now, in the Book of the New Sun, the main character, he is good, although he is a torturer. He is trained to torture people to death, right? So, his good is a little more complex. This guy, Silk, he is good to the core, and he would never hurt anybody, at least not on purpose. And he's very devout in his beliefs, and he is just trying to do what he thinks is the right thing and what the gods want him to do. A lot of parallels to my particular life and outlook on life. I believe Gene Wolfe was a Christian, and I can definitely see, even if he wasn't, I can see some very strong parallels and I mean, the whole, when you read Earth of the New Sun, it really brings the theological framework that he's bringing in to light. It's very interesting, and it's so very good. At least as fictional theology is concerned. Like some series and stuff, the theology is kind of basic or whatnot. This is the whole point of these books, is the theology of them. And it's very fun to read, very well written, as can be said for all of Gene Wolfe's work. He is a very well known and well respected science fiction and fantasy writer. This, I suppose, is science fiction, but it's also fantasy. It does take place on a spaceship, and the gods are actual AI and things like that. So, but also it mixes in fantasy, especially with Earth of the New Sun. It kind of has some Lord of the Rings parallels with the Valar and things like that. Those people who didn't just watch the movies but actual Lord of the Rings fans know what I'm talking about. But if you did like any of his previous works, or if you just want to read something new, I advise it. It's good, and I can't wait to begin reading this. Alright, now I'm taking a Jack Vance break. I'm reading what is coming together to be a very good book, and I will review in the near future.